proves my point even better, to be honest. Men weaponize the standard of beauty to keep women in line under patriarchy. For example, with Margot Robbie, she was long upheld as the standard of conventional beauty, but the moment she got pregnant and had a little bit of a change in her body shape, men went absolutely crazy and threw a tantrum. Many men called her mid at the height of her beauty, and even with Sydney Sweeney, men were also calling her mid when she wasn't wearing makeup. Yet now, all of a sudden, when she is appealing to the male gaze, when she is commodifying her beauty and selling herself, all of a sudden she's the most beautiful woman in the world, and men are absolutely holding her up as the standard of beauty. This is weaponizing the standard of beauty to get women to commodify themselves for their access, like I discussed in my previous video. It's about the historical context, babe. Obviously, white women with blue eyes and blonde hair are beautiful too. If she didn't make an ad that had a subtle reference to blue eyes and blonde hair being the superior genetics, and people are missing that it is a pun, it is meant to reference both her genes and her blue eyes, okay? People might still have a problem with the way she's commodifying herself and appealing to the male gaze, like we did with the Sasquatch or whatever commercial, but we wouldn't be talking about her blue eyes and blonde hair at all. Not only is American Eagle doing an ad appealing to white supremacists, Dunkin' Donuts also did an ad that mentioned genetics as well. Coincidence? Have we forgotten our history? It was only 80 years ago when we were in a worldwide war that started over eugenics and racism. And it was only around 60 years ago when people of color in the United States started to be seen as equal citizens. And casual racism is very much alive and well in the United States today, and I don't know if it's going to be casual much longer. In fact, considering what the current administration is doing, it certainly isn't casual anymore. People are saying that it's just an ad, and it is not. It really is propaganda for eugenics. The reason that people are having a problem with Sydney Sweeney is not because she's perceived as beautiful. Whether you perceive her as beautiful or not, or I do or not, is not the point. The reason I brought up her beauty in comparison to an objective or potentially subjective standard, my personal standard, was to prove a greater point. Number one, it was to prove that this really is about eugenics. And number two, it was also to prove that when a woman commodifies her own beauty for the male gaze and purposefully appeals to men, that men are going to uphold her as a standard if she fits the attractive standard enough, even if she's not the most beautiful woman in the world. But like they did with Sydney Sweeney, they would call her ugly if she is not appealing to the male gaze purposefully. Which, just a few months ago, Sydney Sweeney was being called mid and ugly when pictures of her without makeup were surfacing. The purpose of this is to weaponize the standard of beauty for control, to keep women in the box of what they consider attractive for their personal consumption, and to get women to compete with each other so they have easier access to their beauty. They have easier access to women. It seems that people were not catching on that I was trying to make 2 points. Both the eugenics point and both the commodification of beauty point, which I am against both as a feminist. In my next video, I want to discuss the objective versus subjective standards of beauty, where they come from, and why it really doesn't matter.